I've already done benga, I know benga, najua ngoma yako ikiwa na hii guitar tutadance. You won't do it because our soul lishaiba race na wakaambia the world Afrobeat is African music. This is how to mention Kamwana. M-PESA was part of us, but then Saya ko solo. Yeah, so these are the people. This is how to mention. Yes, we moved together, man. We had to give him space to go discover who he is. Fast. Yeah. So during that time, flew. See, earn 100,000 kwa gig, na uichukue yote upeleke ati nataka kuweka ngoma yangu next kue bigger. Japan na jato atio matek arito boma banjo tera yo Japan majato. Just find a way to survive away from the music. Trust me, you'll be okay.
Hello world, welcome to yet another episode of the Ideal Corner podcast. As usual, Lady Hawi is around and we have a guest. This guy, if you hear his voice, I think last time we were speaking of a lady voice. Now this time we have a voice that serenades the ladies.
Thank you.
Those who know.
Smooth like caramel.
Those who know. A member of the CBK Band.
Yes.
None other than Kamwana Aleki.
Yes, sir.
Karibu to the pod.
Thank you so much, Ideal, for having me.
Yeah.
Asante sana.
Karibu, man.
Mimi nilikuwa naambia hata Hawi, I'm so happy such a vibe is in Kisumu. So, Ideal
finally.
Podcast is the place to be, guys. So, Ideal Podcast. Hala, come through. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Space and everything is nice.
We actually we don't take it for granted because we invited you on short notice. You showed up.
For sure.
And it's all a pleasure to host you.
Asante sana.
So before we proceed, in front of you there's a deck of cards with quotes. Okay. So I just want you to pick one random card. Utusomeu ni quote gani and then try and deduce what the quote is. One random one. I hope you pick an interesting one.
Ideally kuna maneno. Yaani tushaanza na mmeanza kulieka na
mambo moto.
Sawa. Nimejaribu, nimepitia.
What does the quote say?
It's talking to me though.
Oh, this is interesting.
What you do every day matters.
Yeah.
No matter what you do once in a while. Gretchen Robin.
Bro, that is so random. Because even me,
so random yet so relevant.
So what do you think of the quote?
It talks about me because me, I'm all into the little things. I'm not about the big things. Yeah, I'm all about small steps. Even in my art, I'm all about small steps, big moves.
Baby steps.
Small steps, big moves. Unajua hata elephant haitembeangi sana.
Mdogo tu.
Lakini limekanyaga, bro. How deep does it go?
Deeper.
Yeah.
No, pause. Mimi sikuwa nafaa kusema deep. Say it.
Focus. Wait, tunaongea about what we do every day. Wewe nikai you do every day.
Yo kadi ilikuwa yako. But anyway, so as we proceed, Hawi, how's your week been?
My week has been good. I've been excited to see our guest, and I'm super excited, in fact, that it is this gentleman here. Reason being, I remember back in the day, kuna mahali we used to gather under a mango tree.
Oh.
And I would love you to tell us.
Oh.
That is why I was asking myself.
Oh.
Is it
Under
the
a mango
Hawi,
tree?
Hawi, another
Yes.
Hawi?
Yes.
Under the mango tree, we used to do something called the poetic hour. So poetic hour is where ideally CBK was born. So poetic hour had products. So CBK was a product. MC Steel was a product.
Okay.
Godfrey Kidogo product. Yeah, you get. So talent industry was the mother.
Okay.
Was the mother body for all this. So poetic hour was also a product, yeah. Talent industry. So poetic hour was the only space where all these products would now come to now tell us what you've been doing, blah blah blah, and all that. Yeah. So, hey, poetic hour. Wow.
Before we even talk about the poetic hour,
this was way back when.
This was 2012.
Wow.
Yeah, roughly 13 years ago.
Bro, I think like 2012 I was in Form 3 about
2012, 13.
What walikuwa shaanza kuhustle 2012 mi bado.
Hey bro. Tulikuwa tushaanza kujulikana Kisumu. We could even sit 300 people down to just listen to poetry.
Yeah.
Music. We would fuse all this.
Yeah.
That days would come up with a production and Yadi mini actor. I have wives here. I'm the chief and all that. You get. So
yeah, which reminds me, you're actually a man of many talents. You started out dancing.
Atasi dancing.
Oh, okay.
Dancing is just a part of it.
But now, yeah.
But acting was it. Even as a child. For church, I used to act more, and then dance was just a by the way.
Okay. Yeah.
So dancing, sijui kama naweza tukishinda vita tutaenda kuishi na Yesu na ndari wote naelewa kweli. So I am dancing in that video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Bro. What?
And that is in 98.
Wow.
99 is when we shot the video.
1998
is when we shot that video. 98, 99, if I'm not wrong. Somehow around Apple.
Bro, I'm starting to feel like a toddler.
Focus.
When it fit us.
Nilikuwa young anyway. So nilikuwa young. I was in class 5, Apple class 6. But then we had already started doing it. So there are these, okay, Mimi, let me just tell you, where my art started was in church.
Yeah.
So in church is where I knew, oh, you could act. Oh, you can dance.
Yeah.
You can sing. So this is where I now discovered, okay, do it. So I used to just do it randomly. I have so many names.
Yeah.
You used to even act this. There was this old Kaluo play. Yenye someone faints. I don't know. Jasiti. He faints, and then when a soda is mentioned, he wakes up saying, hey, Fanta, Maduong, Mangich, Manyef. I don't know if you're really, really back in the days used to like watch these plays.
Pengele. Yeah, I used to watch Pengele.
That is it.
Yeah, Pengele.
That is it. So I used to replicate what they do and all that. And then we put it in church during our youth get-togethers and all that.
Okay.
Yeah, so I discovered acting way. I had in gonna direct was naambia hapana hapo hujaniactia poa na niko primo.
Take two.
Eh. Na niko primo me myself naambia wase hapo ma act poa but hapana. So when I discovered naweza dance.
Yeah.
Okay, sawa. Tukaingia dance. So that is when now we were shooting these videos. There's Evelyn Mudhoka. I don't know if you know Evelyn Mudhoka. I'm not analog. I'm going digital. I have decided to go follow Kenangoa. Something like that. Yeah. If you know Evelyn Mudhoka, I'm talking about gospel artists because that is where I personally came from.
Yeah.
So I have to appreciate these people because they made my way.
Those are your
even
roots.
Maklweta rola ywe buti. I was already dancing in those songs by then. So that is why singing ikakuja high school. So nimeandika play tuko form 3. Hatuna pesa ya kuleta director shule. Sasa mwalimu wa drama anakuja anasema, Alex, see you write for us a play. I write a play in form 3. And then in the play I'm the king, I'm the chief, all that. And then I have to sing.
Of course you have to be the king and the chief.
Definitely. My body.
Lazima nipatie chio. Cheo ni muhimu.
Kila kitu yangu inasema tu ni wewe.
A man of stature.
Nyade. What do we say? And then just like that, I go on stage. We are in Migori. There's Nyabari, sijui something at the border of Tanzania, Kenya. There's like a high school. We went for
Nyamboanse.
We went for the now regionals, alafu mwende sasa nationals. So my play was number 3 in that level.
Wow. Bro.
Written by me in form 3.
Nice.
In form 3. And in that play, you know the song that I sang? Promise me not to do
the things I've done.
Walk away from trouble if you can. That was the song I sang for your play. When the play was ending, I'm jailed and I'm talking to my son who's a prince who's supposed to take over me. So I'm behind bars and I'm singing this song to him as the curtainer.
Oh, wow.
You get.
That's so interesting.
Natoka hall hivi. Hey.
Standing O.
Standing O. Like, I've never been saluted the way I was. That's why I still remember it.
How many numbers did you pick that day?
No.
How many numbers did you pick that day?
Tutafika huko, don't worry.
So that is when I discovered, so if I sing, people love the way I sing. Because a lot of compliments didn't come from my acting. I directed the play. Didn't come from my directing. Came from the way I sang that particular part.
Not forgetting about your script writing also.
So I'm telling you, all these other things, they were not like looking at them. They were just like,
they were just
it was
building
just
up to this.
that I did.
But
the moment I sang and people complimented the singing, nilirudingi shule nikajiambia, bro, unalala class. Because a lot of ladies waliongea about the singing.
I knew it.
Say ukweli ni mzuri.
Honesty ni kitu ya maana.
Ukweli ni mzuri. The ladies complimented the singing more. So that is when I discovered, hey, okay, you can sing. But I then didn't like ati naifanya.
Okay.
You know, bado uko tu na ile feeling ya naweza act, naweza imba. Like bado haujaji.
Naweza dance, naweza act, naweza imba.
So tumetoka high school. There's a dancer called Sly. Thank you, Sly. Sly nimetrain dance.
Okay.
But he's better than me now.
Oh, nice.
Because he's the lead dancer of JCC in Nairobi.
Oh, wow.
So Sly I trained as I was a dancer. But then akagrow akanitoa. So Sly ndiye alinipeleka kwa Godfrey Kidogo. On the street in Milimani. Tukitembea tu. Sly tumetoka na training Goan Hall as dancers. And then he's like, bro, mina isiko ubaya. Wewe uimba better venye una dance. Ni beshte yako anakuambia hivyo. Mina isiko ubaya. Kuna boy fulani nataka uonge nayo. Kuna boy fulani nataka ubonge nayo. Unaimba better than venye wewe dance. No kudance na unajua.
Wewe ni mkali.
Aliniambia. So
the student beats the teacher.
Tuko kwa street, Godia anaingia Alliance Francaise Milimani. Tumetoka training Goan Hall. Hii time yote 2010, 2011 mimi na dancigi. Niko kwa road show, niko kwa nini tuna earn through dance. But atu earn through
music. Kuimba,
So ananiambia pigia Godi, tunapigia Godi tukitoka rehearsal, and then coincidentally Godi ametoka lunch anarudi ofisi Alliance. So Godi was the creative director wa talent industry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he was the one where if you want to join talent industry,
You must pass through.
you have to like, he'll see you do what you do, and then
audition.
akupeleke to now Bovins and Steel and all these other people.
Oh.
And we even had Job. Job ndiye alikuwa sasa mkubwa wa Alliance Francais. Yeah. So these were the people on the panel who now sit and say, hey, jana kikitu iko ama hakuna. You get it?
Ina depend utangukia wapi.
So,
yeah.
Kwa barabara kwa lami hapa tukikutana na Godi. Hajafika bado Alliance. Tunaona Alliance at a distance.
Yeah.
Sila akaniambia we si mimi waache mpige story yake
akajitoa.
Si nilikuwa nataka tu meet Godi, they are doing something the artists are doing here.
Yeah.
So figure out what you can also do here. So Sly leaves and then I follow Godi and then Godi tells me one thing. Ebu imba. Tuko kwa barabara.
On your way. Yeah.
Na Godi is like, yo, imba bana. Imba. Si tuko na wewe hapa nini? So I sing a song I wrote in high school. Okay. Chant a prayer to the Father. He is the one to guide your way. No enemies ever get a canango. Yeah, kitu kama hiyo.
Yeah.
So I sing it just a vibe and then he's like, yo, ni ngoma yako. Nikamwambia, si basi tuingie hivi. And then he takes me under the mango tree.
Oh.
So under the mango tree ni mti, but then around the mti there's like a square that has been segmented, ikatengenezwa kama stage to cover the whole tree. So watu wakiwa juu na nyinyi mko seated, it looks like a
stage. Yeah.
But your background is the
mango tree. I get you.
You get?
I get you.
So that is when I now discover, there's CBK here. Because by the time I was joining CBK, it was already there. CBK had like 24 members. Yo.
Bro.
Hey, CBK had dancers, had poets, had rappers, had, name it, had visual artists. CBK was our collective. And that is what we are still working. Me personally, I have always told Bovins, I want to stop the dream.
And we really appreciate what you're doing with CBK.
Yeah, CBK was a collective and I'm not stopping. That's why I have bands like Tech 5 coming in and I have artists that I'm mentoring here and there. All these people, si ati na mentor na nafanya hizi vitu so that they get lost.
No.
At the back of my head, I have somewhere I learned
the vision
all this.
still exists also.
And I'm not lying to you guys. For the first time, I'm never saying it, but nimewambia.
Exclusive.
CBK is not dying and is not dying anytime soon.
Bro.
Sawa. Anything we do towards it, nika relay race.
Yeah.
Kuna kuanga na mse fulani atatoka aende bolt. Atapenya. Alafu akuwe tegemeo yetu.
Atapass the baton.
So hiyo baton iende. Ikienda. Because if we don't shine the light, tunatoka hapa tunaenda kushine light. Nairobi pe kuna wazito.
Mbaya.
Why do you even wanna struggle kwenda kushine light huko na hapa kwenyu?
Yet you have a market.
You have the quality that you just need to polish. You get? Now imagine hata USIU took me and I was one of the mentors for USIU project. Called County Creative Residency Empowerment.
Yeah.
So we empowered like 900 youths, 900 creatives around the country. And I was part of like 400 of them.
Wow.
Nitafinya hizi buttons sana. Leo nitazifinya.
You're loud, bro. Because at the end of the day, these are things I don't get to talk about.
Yeah.
Because me, I don't talk about what I do. Hata ukinifollow social media, I'm not about what I do.
Yeah.
That's why,
bro.
That's why today I was like, hii umaongeleshwa in a way.
That's a sign. Actually, that's a sign.
Now, man.
It's
so
a sign.
People know, man. Me na hii hata.
In fact, you can keep it. Keep the card.
No way.
Yeah, keep it.
Hii hata naweza tengenezea frame.
Keep it.
Trust me.
Because you deserve it, bro.
So there are two quotes, but mbona hii side?
That's it.
That side was yours. Out of all these, hiyo ndo ulichagua.
Mbona
That's
Eastside?
definitely.
Naliinua tu hivi
Uliinua
na
even and it caught your eye.
Mbona Eastside? So
It's a message.
that is who I am.
Yeah.
That is what I'm trying to do with myself. Na so far nimepeleka story yangu all the way to now. I'm joining CBK.
So one question I'd like to ask: does Power Hub still exist?
Power Hub.
Yeah.
Power Hub ni gani?
Under the mango.
Poetikawa. Hey,
Poetikawa, sorry,
in East African.
Yeah.
Yo, it's an East African competition
It's
right
an
now.
East African competition.
But why are we not taking accolades? Juu ilianza tu hapa Kisumu.
No, at the end of the day, sisi tulikuwa tu just part of the project ya Poetikawa. So, always sema ati, no, you don't need to justify.
But
within your time,
you're the ones who build
part.
it.
No, I'm saying,
yeah,
during your time, you did your part to the best that you can.
Yeah.
To make sure it was a project. And one day, one time, he is a feed other artist. Because mtu kama mimi naniswadanganya. Mimi siifanyi juu ati nataka, okay, kuna do, yes, itakam, fame itakam, but if you follow me, you know me, I do it for the love of art.
That's how it should be.
Director wa nani? Wa Crazy Kena. Writer wake anaitwa Ongio. Ongio Saa. Sijui kama mnamjua.
Ongio.
Ongio. Brian Ongio. Tafuteni Brian Ongio. Tulikuwa tunapelekana na mse hivi. High school. Juu alitoka kama narrator Yala. During our time, he was the best narrator in high school. Alikuwa na tesa sana Brian Ongio. So high school tulikuwa tunafuatana na hivi kupatana Poetikawa pia tukasaidiana. So those are the kind of people mimi nikimove siwezi sahau kumention. Man ndeza akina Blue Alan siwezi sahau kumention Blue Alan. Apesi was part of us, but then saya ko solo. Yeah, so these are the people siwezi sahau kumention because we moved together, man.
As a team.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So you now joining CBK. Ilikuwa to that day. Was it the same day or there was a process?
No, so after like nikafanyiwa venye tu nimwambia nilipelekwa mbele ya Bove still nani.
Yeah.
So the moment niliimba hiyo chanta prayer hiyo nikaitwa next rehearsal. Alafu sasa guess what? All those artists all those years used to walk from Obonga. Mimi nilikuwa natoka Migosi. Godi, Still, Alan, Apesi, all of them
Obunga.
used to walk from Obunga. Mimi natoka Migosi, yes.
Yeah.
So meeting point ni Kondele. Kwa clock. Paka tulikuwa tunajiambia saa moja tuko under the clock ya Kondele. We walk together arena, wapi, poli, Milimani. Tanda rehearsal. 8 an hour walk, yeah? So you rehearse from 8 to 5 jioni. It was our 8 to 5. 5 jioni. Same thing. Kagu. Watu wanarudi Obunga. All those brands I've been mentioning, bro. These are brands and what you know they're doing right now.
Right now, yeah.
All of them went through that.
So does your vision to restore Benga back to Kisumu still exist?
Benga?
Yes.
I don't even want to restore Benga alone.
Yeah.
Me, I want to restore all our sounds.
Nice.
I'm even working on an EP right now that's gonna have a high uptown Nyatiti. Do you know Otiena Loka?
Yeah, I know Otiena Loka.
So I'm working on bringing that sound back.
Bro. How soon will this be?
Relax.
We're excited. We're excited.
I can't honestly, I can't wait for that.
Because mimi sijawahi categorize ati I'm a Benga artist. I'm a Ohangla artist. No, I'm a musician.
Yeah.
I'll even do a jazz luo. You won't blame me for doing a jazz luo.
Of course.
You won't blame me for singing and doing all those notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a musician just based in Kisumu, but moves around the world.
Have you ever heard of the saying a jack of all trades, but a master of...
And then it is me now.
It's still better than a master of one, yeah? So we appreciate what you actually are doing because right now, if I'm honestly speaking, I can say that you're the one who holds CBK.
Yeah.
So if I can ask you now, what are the challenges you're facing right now?
I normally don't like looking at my negatives.
It's part of growth.
It's part of
it's
who
part
we
of
are,
growth,
because at the
though.
end of the day, kuna payment issues. Right now, I want to charge you 150,000 to bring my full band, but to complain.
Do you
Because
feel...
I'm in Kisumu.
Yes,
But
that's what I wanted to ask.
quality yangu,
That's what I wanted to
why
ask.
I would charge you that.
Yeah.
I work with people, the Tech 5. I work with a band wenye wamekaa shule 4 years. Wamesoma hiyo music.
Bro.
Wakai understand. The moment nimetoa 5 people wamesoma 4 years kusoma music. Nikawaweka wani back up, wani playie, na niko able kumwambia we hapana usicheze hivyo. How will then I justify if I'm not paying them well?
It doesn't make sense.
Just because I'm in
Kisumu.
Because you're in Kisumu. We had a conversation about this also earlier on the pod, where we were talking about in Kisumu, somebody would rather outsource somebody and pay them that 150 that you're talking about than actually take somebody from Kisumu and pay them that same amount. Because there's a mentality that people believe, okay, maybe in Kisumu, we've not yet reached that quality.
Like that's a conversation we can have the whole day.
Yeah. We have
they believe
time.
we've not yet reached that quality, which the reality
That's a
is not that at all.
Mimi, I sell myself as a live performer.
Yes.
And whenever I put myself down, nataka kuja kwa show yako, the rehearsal time. I have to take these people for rehearsal a day or two. Like example, when we opened for Coffee, I opened for Coffee.
Oh yeah.
When he was in Kisumu.
Yeah.
Do you know we negotiated my price hadi sound check kama inafanyika?
Bro.
What?
I'm not lying to you guys. These are things that are happening in Kisumu and we need to address them.
Yeah. That's why we have this space here.
I negotiated the amount I was to be paid, though it was a discounted rate. Yenye mimi mwenyewe nilikuwa nisha discount. I was still being called. Na sound check ina happen. One more artist sound check. Show ianze. I'm still being called. Niaje? Come. Sawa, tutakulipa hiyo unataka.
Bro.
Just because people told them, if Kofi in Kisumu and you need someone who will play really, really live music nicely, look for these guys.
Bro, this was the last year's Kofi's event.
Alituchezea
na flash disk. Bro.
Apesi was there, I was there, though we performed as solo artists, but kila msee alikuwa tu on his own caliber. Because at the end of the day, mi najijua, na mi naeswa danganyi, mujita nyasho wa Kisumu. And people who around me know that.
Oh, Nyash.
The right Nyash, not that one that
No,
you're thinking.
focus. I told you. Whatever this guy does every day. Focus.
I'm like, bro, hey, Nyash wa Kisumu tena, bro.
Focus.
Why would you
pick... focus?
No, why would you pick that name? Nyash wa
Which one?
Kisumu.
Nyash wa Kisumu?
Yeah.
As in Nyashinsky.
Yeah, not really. It is not why me. It's people.
Oh,
see me.
The people who have given you that, they feel that energy from you.
Me, I'm never about names, about... Mi bora umeniita, ni ajaleki. Kuja, tuko na show. Mko na instruments, mnanilipa pesa ngapi? Ongeza kidogo. Sawa. Watu wangu, tunaenda kula hii. That's all I care about. My people, we are going to take this thing. Let's go
that's
eat.
That's also what I believe.
Tunaenda tukule. Mi hata shows zingine nimelipwa yenye nafaa kuperform solo. I'll take that budget, turn it into a whole band.
Yeah.
Because at the end of si mimi, ni watu, na tuko
wengi. It's a community, ni community.
Wasanii ni wengi bana, tukianza kujifunga ati unalipwa 30k unaenda kula solo na unaweza share ukule 15 ama ukule 10.
Bro. But hata kama unasema hivyo, you have that mentality.
But sasa the only way people will know about it ndio hii nimeisema.
Yeah, if you talk about it, yes.
Let them know that at this particular time Kisumu is growing.
Yes.
We are about to turn into one of the best entertainment hubs yeah, in East Africa.
I believe we are the
tuko
best.
katikati.
For me, I believe we are the best.
We're
Tuko
the best.
katikati ya UG na TZ na CC. So
Yeah.
we are like at the epicenter of all this. So the only way these people should now start learning ni quality iko.
You know, one thing I really up to date that really disturbs me is like, why is it in Kisumu we don't have an event that is known yenye tunajua tu on this date you
And
if
even
you want
today,
to
and even today, let it be one of the first things I'm doing on your podcast.
Yeah.
I don't do interviews. The last time I did an interview, ilikuwa 2 years ago.
Yes.
Tukipromote Dalawa ya Major. That was the last time I did an interview. I don't do interviews.
No, hapa tunapiga gumzo.
Sitadanganya.
Hapa
But at the end of the day,
Any story.
no, then watu hapo nje wataiangalia ti ni gumzo. At the end of the day hapo nje, this is me being in an interview.
Yeah.
You get. But at the end of the day, the reason why we do these things is because culture needs it.
Get you.
Culture I need. Because the only way nitaambia msanii mwingine go for these things is because you're also doing it.
It's like now the through your journey you show them that it's possible.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Na hiyo time yenye tukipromote Dalawa na Major mpaka saa hii ati nimekuwa tu offline, nika-release EP ngapi?
Moja.
And I'm okay.
You'd say you focus on quality
the EP
more
is
than
Japan,
quantity.
Yeah. Is the EP Japan moja tu?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I haven't even done a single video of the EP, but it's a talk of town. Sija, wewe umeniita aje nikiingia hapa?
Japan moja tu.
Usha hata ona video yake mahali?
Exactly. Yeah.
Na hiyo it's a 2-year-old EP.
True. To be honest,
it's a 2-year-old EP.
And you can't know. You can't tell it's been 2 years.
So my aim is your classicity. You're like kutoa kitu yenye at the end of the day, Adele, Nyash, you get. Sijika naambia vibe yenye Niko. I'll do a lot of live performance. Live performance. I'll give you the best.
The best actually, yeah.
You get. But ati muziki ya kuharakishwa ya kila saa after 1 month, 2
ya
weeks.
Video. Ya video.
Utaki kufanya kidaimo.
Una bombard the market na.
I won't do that.
Yeah.
Because if in 2 years, I'm being fed with 1 EP.
Bro.
What about 10?
You know, actually, that's one thing I realized because I was going through your history of CBK and all that. I even went to your YouTube page. I was like, hey, the last time I actually dropped kitu in 2024. So, all this while, I'm sure you put in a lot of time, a lot of effort before you release a song.
Exactly.
Is there something you're working on? Because
so EP yangu hiyo ya Japan Marathon, 2 years before ireleasiwe, it had 4 years before ireleasiwe.
Where?
Am I making sense?
Yeah.
Like the EP itself, I was only 5 songs, but took 4 years
to get them together,
and then finally release the only 5 songs.
Do you produce your music in Kisumu?
Yes.
You have a producer?
And now that you've even mentioned it, I can't. Hata yeye nilikuwa natafuta tu mahali pa kumweka.
Walai.
Unajua Black Angel?
Black Angel nimemsikia.
So Black Angel is my number 1 producer. Yes, I have worked with the producers in Nairobi, nimewaka na Sedo, nimewaka na nani. But I still come back and listen to Black Angel because he's given me my classics and he understands what I want.
Bro, pia collabo, umepiga makolabo mingi.
Na he's always been part of all of them.
Even the one with Ben Soul?
All of them.
Even the one with Ben Soul?
Black Angel will be part of it one way or another. Now, your collab na Ben Soul was produced by a producer called Robin. Right now he's in Nairobi. Brian Robin. At that time he was in One Vibe. He was in One Vibe Africa. When we did that song with Ben Soul. It was during the 2019 Madaraka Festival. When they came to Kisumu. So alifika studio and then Brian was like, yo, si upate umse ile ngoma unahamingi hapa. and then tukamhamia tu venye unaweza kuham tu and then akasema okay mnitumie beat usiku. The next day siku come studio ati tunasikia verse ya Bensoul kwa ngoma.
Bro.
Like ali record the next morning even before we got to studio hiyo day.
Wow.
Alikuwa shai record. Si tunafika studio, Robin anatuambia ni aje, I have your surprise. Surprise gani? And then he plays Bensoul's verse.
Yeah, big ups to Bensoul walai.
Yeah. So another person mwenye probably lazima to mention kwa hii interview ni Kolo King wa rap. Huyo sasa ni huyo sasa ameplay yani kwa CBK. Huyo sasa ni Godfather.
Oh wow.
The godfather of CBK ni Kolo King wa rap. Took us to our first studio, paid for one of invested. Him and Bovins invested on our first recordings in Nairobi by one of the biggest producers, Jesse Bukindu. Msame producer Sauti Sol album yao ya kwanza.
Bro.
We were able to sit kwa hiyo studio na to release Hapo Zamani, Sweetina, Siro, Unapendeza.
That was a hit.
These were all from Jesse Bukindu. And then now Black Angel, time yenye sasa nikaanza kujipush pia. Black Angel even produced yeye na Crazy Monkey were part of production here. Rambanya ingena gombo. Yeah, so the beat,
that's one of my favorite songs.
So the track was made by Black Angel. And mixing, mastering done by Crazy Monkey. So that is why I've never left Black Angel, because he understood the sound from the beginning.
From the beginning, yeah.
To now where we are. So right now, yeye ndio mwenye ame record Japan Majathom yote.
It's good. It's good that
and then Adua mana makonungoni, ketima na bei, doke mana
lyrics.
Adua mana makonungoni.
Focus.
Yeah.
Hapo usi focus. Iko kwa lyrics. Hapo usi focus.
Hiyo yote ni Black Angel.
And I want to hold your waist. Further your lower waist.
And then mana pin.
Lower back.
Keti mana pin. The way it
Put
is.
it down the way it is.
That one you don't translate. Keti
No,
mana
I
pin.
have to translate for the non-Luo speakers or non-Luo understanders.
But then that was an inspiration from the Godfathers. Just like nimwambia, me I want to make sure all our sounds itoke kwangu bas.
Authenticity.
All our sounds itoke tu kwangu. Gidigidi Majimaji waonekane kwangu. Tony Nyadunda one kwangu. Otiena Loka aonekane. Nani Ayubo Gada aonekane. Makadem aonekane. I want all these people to be seen in me, because at the end of the day, through me, I will deliver an Ohangla artist, I will deliver a Benga artist, I will deliver Nani. So when I'm delivering all these artists, you already know I can do it. Si ati na bahatisha nikiwapea a protege ya Benga. I've already done Benga, I know Benga, najua ngoma yako ikiwa na hii gitaa tutadance.
You've mastered Benga.
You get?
Yeah. So let's
nika koche huwezi sema ati sasa juu umetrain Gor. Sasa ukipelekwa Arsenal ati sasa huwezi train Arsenal. No ni coach.
So let's kidogo to rewind.
Okay.
So I just want to understand your journey through CBK.
Okay.
So now you've become a member of CBK, yeah? What was the first project you guys ever did as CBK
Zero.
as a team? That was the first project.
Yeah, that's
ever.
what I was saying. Kolo Bovins took us to studio for the first time as CBK. Sasa hii CBK mesha drop, watu wame drop. Now we are in 2014. We are 2013. Tunaingia 2014. Tumebaki watu wangapi? Wanne. We have a lady. Yeah, we had a lady. Alikuwa anaitwa Louise. Dropped pia. Tukabaki watatu.
So this was now yourself, M-PESA and Alan Blue. Yeah.
Yes. So now Louise was part of CBK. Ukisikia songs zote, Siro Unapendeza, Hapo Zamani, utasikia a lady voice. Hata Siro ikianza, there's a lady voice. Ayo yelele yae Siro akeli Kisumu.
Yeah.
That is Louise. So she was there. Unapendeza ako part of the song somewhere, because even in the trip ya Nairobi she was already na
Within.
sisi. So pole 2016 tukampoteza, 2015 16
So
tukabaki watatu from around 2015 16.
ni aje alipotea 2016 and this is when I believe sasa
hapo,
CBK ilianza kupata trajectory.
Siko ubaya wanawake na mabwana.
That one is understandable. Bwanaka
Kweli ni
akasema
mzuri. Mimi sitaki kudanganya.
Alafu uko katika
ulienda interview kadanganya.
uko katikati ya wanaume watatu.
imagine atunaenda rehearsal.
Hakukuwa tuna hiyo chemistry anymore.
Okay.
Because now there was that rift. She's now under someone's house as a woman. Now there's the woman duties and all that.
Yeah.
And then saa hizo ndio unaambia bwana wako atiniaje.
Bado ni
tunaenda tour Nairobi for a month.
Okay. So aliamua
so pole tu family come suck in. As a woman, mi nilimwelewa. Because now the woman duties coming in, you just have to be there.
You have to be a mother.
You just have to be there.
I have a lot to say about that, but I'm not going to siani kuisema.
Mbona.
Okay, you say the woman duties.
Yeah.
Like, yes, kuna hizo responsibilities unaweza kuwa nayo as a woman, which
True.
Same as a man, kuna responsibilities you just have automatically. But at the same time, it matters the type of support system you have. You get
That's true,
when you
yeah.
don't really have that support system, or maybe you're in a situation where people don't really understand what it is you're doing, it now becomes difficult to keep doing it, even if you are passionate about it. So
yeah.
it's not just like, oh, it's because she went and got married or whatever. It's literally the fact that it was no longer, I guess, aligning na pali alikuwa naenda. We can't just say it's marriage because many people are married and they're in music. You get.
But for a while, we were together. Before then, just things became too hard. Yeah. So, same ati I work with Ilijaribika. Yeah.
So how did she live?
It was a mutual understanding. Like it was all
love.
It was all respectful na nini. And then from there, CBK ka release now hiyo album ya pili. Sasa hiyo ndio yenye unapata hizo masawasawa na manani wa later now after tusha split tena tukabaki mimi na Alan. Because even a collabo na Ben Soul, it's just me, Alan, Ben Soul. Yeah. So kuna hiyo album yenye Robin aliproduce during the 2018 Madaraka Festival. Because album before 2019 tulianza recording 2017 kiisha. But ilireleasiwa 2019.
Okay.
Ya CBK.
Because for me I'm surprised because 2016 akitoka ndo I think mulikuwa sasa mmeanza kushika
sasa hiyo time
trajectory vizuri.
Tulikuwa mbona unasema nika trajectory bado iko huko.
As
in hiyo ndo time sasa mlikuwa mshaanza kugain fame.
Imeenda, ilishaenda.
Hiyo ndo time mlikuwa mmelipuka.
Wacha Oscar aseme hiyo ndo the time alianza kuwaona sasa.
Exactly. Sasa hii mimi ni rocket. Sasa hii mimi na float kwa sky huko. Tulishapita hiyo moment yenye tunashika moto, rocket inatoka. Sasa hii tuko kwa sky, sasa hii tuna float huko.
Kuna skylark tu pole. Skylarking.
So CBK bana bado iko ba, and it is there for a long time. Hiyo nani siwadanganya. Because love yangu na Godi bado ni ile. Still ni ile. Bovins ni ile.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the time when now I'm even redoing like hata revivals and all that, it'll still takuwa even more brands to it and even more power to it.
So kwa our co-founders wa CBK, after Louisa, who was the next one to
drop? M-PESA.
Yeah. M-PESA.
Yeah.
So this is now in.
So when now M-PESA is dropping out, we are now leaving talent industry. Now CBK inaanza kukua
an independent body.
An independent space.
Okay.
So now we are living talent industry. Not living, but just finding our own foot and all that.
Yeah.
Then M-PESA leaves. Now tunabaki. By the way, toka kaa tuko na album yenye hata ijariliziwa. Hiyo album hata iko tu imekaa.
Still hanging.
Ikitoka.
Haiwezi toka tu hivyo.
Bona. There's a disconnect ama?
Kuna disconnect. So haiwezi tutoka. Haiwezi tutoka.
Disconnect in terms of what to be
No. Where he is musically, where we are musically,
it doesn't allow you to release
just doesn't work. just doesn't sound yetu sahi na sound
Ni
yake
different.
different sounds.
yeah
Bro.
just like that.
You know, there are people, let me say, word on the street. There are people who have different opinions of why maybe at that moment Apesi left. Maybe you can give us a clearer
No, it was just
perspective.
how would you say it? Ilikuwa tu misunderstanding,
Mm.
and then he wanted to do things way faster than the way we wanted to do things in our own way. Because CBK, Mimi na Alan, and then all that. Content yetu has been based on step-by-step movement, quality production check, and all that. Like, tunataka tukifanya kitu tena turudi nyuma tena kuulizwa, mbona CBK round hii imefanya hivi? Like, so that is when the disconnect ilitokea tu. So we had to give him space to go discover who he is.
Fast.
Yeah. So during that time, he flew.
Kaenda tu.
Yeah, akaenda.
So which year was this now?
This is now in 2018, 19. The last show we did together was Chaka Chaka Festival. When was Chaka Chaka Festival? 2019.
Must have been just, that was after COVID, isn't it?
That have it before.
Chaka
Chaka was before. So it is
around
2019,
18, there about.
Yeah, so that was like our last show as 3 founder members were CBK. Now 2 people. So from then tumekuwa tukifanya 2 shows, me na Alan. And then we discovered there's a space in the corporate world. So we went corporate.
Oh,
totally.
So
performances zetu ni madina, ma conference, manini. So that, because these are the spaces now where you get now to even show your mature music and your nini. These are the audience for it now. Yeah.
So when you say that Apesi didn't want to move with your speed as CBK, what do you mean by that? Can you kindly expound so that at least we know? Inamaanisha you wanted to drop songs faster or what?
No. There was just kuna tu your work relation na workability. Okay. Mimi even nishawaambia the way I move. So
Yeah.
So he moves different. Yana nataka every week tuna drop kitu.
Okay.
And that was not CBK. So, CBK haikuwa all about we want to get there, be famous, tunataka to shine, no. We were all about Eriko ina vibe, Susano Uyo vibe.
Slow burn.
Sijui kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Because now even at the moment mtukaa mi bado unaona na divert nafanya these other kind of sounds.
Yeah.
These are Afrobeat and all this. Trust me and let me not lie to you. Hata utoke hapa kama Kenya, uende O2, uende Madison.
Yes.
Hautazijaza if you're not doing Afrobeat.
True.
Or amapiano.
Or Afro House.
Or Afro House. Nanipata?
Yeah.
Na those are my intentions, because me intentions zangu ni kumove na band. Naona venye Bien alipata a free visa to the US.
Yeah.
That is what I'm praying for right now. Mi sitaki hata niwarelease mangoma. Mi na pray tu siku moja nipewe tu visa niambie ni aje, tumeona kazi yako na band. Kujeni tu mtuchezee.
Kujeni mtu entertain.
Kujeni tu mtu bambe na band. Juu band mnaweza bamba wasena everything ndani. But if you wanna go commercial, you won't do it. Because our soul walishaiba race na wakaambia the world Afrobeat is African music.
The only African music.
So no matter what you do, no matter what sound you do,
you have to join them.
Hatuna option. Tukiwa Tusker Nexters, I was part of Tusker Nexters as a competition.
Yeah.
At the finals. Niliulizanga swali moja. Pop artist mgani ashajaza study Kenya?
Awi tuambie.
Pop.
Hawajazangi study.
Pop no.
Ni halls or tiny spaces. Like place yenye kijaa unaona nika watu walikuwa wengi
But space ndio ilikuwa ndogo.
but space ndio ilikuwa ndogo. You get? And even let's say siko ubaya, Inda did a fill up hapa stadium. But do you know, probably even half of those people got there for free.
That's it.
Could there be a scenario of that happening?
So, let me give some insider knowledge, but I'll not give the details.
No, we want the details.
No, kuna names siwezi nini for legal purposes. For legal purposes. There are certain events that can be happening, especially if there's a major sponsor, when they see that the crowd is not going to be what they expect. Kuna mali inafika sasa
inafunguliwa.
Watu waingie tu.
Yeah, watu waingie tu ndio at least it looks like watu walikuwa, because the worst thing you can have at an event is those spaces. Msana perform ako kwa stage, unaona kuna watu 5 hapo mbele yake. It's the worst thing for any sponsor, organizer and the like. So by the time they've sold so many tickets, na wanaona bado ijafika hiyo place they want it to reach, they would rather give out the tickets for free. They'll cover up hizo losses in other areas, but wacha tu ijae. So yeah, that's something that does happen.
So now my question is, who's gonna be our Messiah? Say
It starts with us. Honestly.
It's easy too. They say no one is coming to help you.
There's no one coming to help us.
So, because how comes Banam Sekat, even Banner Boy, anaweza beba equipment worth $1 million?
Bro.
But you know, it wasn't also easy for Banner. That's one thing that people look at Banner Boy now. They don't remember Banner Boy those days. Akiimba hiyo song yake Tell Them Know Me By Force. Yenye anakaa dancer kwa video yake. Ni video ni yake. Lakini anakaa dancer hapo. Hata people didn't even see him like uni artist. And the fact that he brought a different sound by that time was also an issue.
A different
vibe. Hiyo arrogance yake.
Now my question now is, we had lineups on the same event. Sindio?
Kweli.
As an organizer, since now no one is coming for us, what did you do to pay Ben Soul or Charisma? And almost, not even, kama si almost, okay, Banner Boy, probably because of what he's done.
Yeah, he's been all over the world, what and what.
Mbona usi-empower Ben Soul, aanze sasa kutoka Kenya?
I think questions.
Okay, the best way I can answer that is
because at the end of the day, if you can pay an artist $1 million in Kenya, means the lowest a Kenyan artist should get is $300,000 US minimum. Yenye ikiwa poa mpe hata 5. Si tunampea ati because his value ya bana. No, unampea because of the essence is the quality at which you dependent for your quality of your show ni yeye.
Yeah.
Ama si yeye. Si Charisma angekupea the same quality vibe na numbers za Nairobi.
Yes.
For your crowd. Sindio?
Yeah.
Kuna wale wenye Banner Boy pia ataleta. But kuna wale wenye watakuja because nani anakam? Charisma. Ama Ben Soul atakuwa on set. So kuna hiyo valuation yenye pia, in as much as tunasema wasanii tunafaa kuwa na red cards heavy and all that, event organizers pia na people who are running our brands, like in terms of bookings and all this, they need to start now up in the game, man.
Do you know what I realized? Most of the people who are in those positions to even run events and what, most of them are not creatives.
That is now
most of them are not artists. Most of them are money bags who come. They say, okay, they're looking at numbers purely.
Purely numbers.
It's not about passion. It's not about growth. Has very zero to do with anything about growing the Kenyan. It's strictly numbers. Ukileta say, how much will it cost for this and this and this?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll pay these guys this amount. They'll that is it. So it's up to us creatives to actually put ourselves in that, because at least you as a musician, you know the struggles you faced as a musician. You know the gaps that are there in the industry. You know what musicians would want to hear what they'd want to do, what the expectations should be. Another thing, generally as creatives and as artists, we should make sure that if we decide this is the market we're trying to push, we put it at a point where, yes, najua kuna ile stage nja ita creep in.
Lazima.
You have bills to pay, you
Those
have
days,
A, B, C, and D. But if kila mse anaweza simama aseme, by the way, I'm not going below this, then they will have to meet up to it. You get? But when for you pitch to a client, this is your price. Alafu client anasema, I know someone cheaper.
And that happens a lot.
Utasikia, I know someone cheaper.
Hiyo ndo hata ukweli ni imetuharibia our regular weekly live culture. Hiyo ndio imeharibu the rates. Because now venues are paying way lesser than they even used to. Because example, Kisumu gets half of what Nairobi pays for a weekly gig. Example, Ideal Podcast Hotel, Sindio, has a live show every Tuesday in Kisumu, and in the same hotel in Nairobi. Same day, hosting the same event. 2 different hotels, same brand. So you can make sense. They'll pay that artist in Nairobi 50 and pay you here 25. And you both are doing the same thing. Same quality, same energy, and utarudi upate wewe hata utapiga kazi kushinda ule.
Story of my life.
Unajisukuma kushinda ule mwingine.
Utajisukuma na kushinda ule jamaa mwingine. But pole pole tutaget hapo. Bana. Once in a while. Ni sawa. Itafika tu. Hata mujiambia hamtaki kunilipa hiyo pesa sahi. Sawa. Utanitafuta. Ni sawa. Na sina haraka pia. So niko na regulars, niko na bees hapa, cause me I'm an entrepreneur at the end of the day. Nilishajua music in Kisumu lazima nitakaa njaa. I clicked hiyo kitambo sana, nilijiambia Kisumu na music, if you wanna make it utakaa njaa. So you have to now fungua kichwa, na hata he goes to all the artists out there. If you're doing art in Kisumu, fungua kichwa. Uza smoky, uza makaa, piga boda, fanya nini. Usiangalie ati Amina KRG bado anarudi hadi kuwatafutia PR na kuuza makaa. Anawaambia bado kama wasanii invest. Sasa mimi ni fala nimechila hapa nauza makaa. It could be my side hustle I'm promoting. The moment watu wangapi walinunua makaa hapo hiyo day? Ushajiuliza swali.
Just by KRG being there.
How many people bought makaa that day? Makaa. And it is something people use every day.
Every day, So see, I think this is it brings us back to what we were discussing the last time.
The last episode.
Kisumu tuko na uceleb. Because someone believes
akisha
mi hautanipata nikiuza smoky. Nauza aje smoky na mimi celeb.
So when I started Japeng Majathon, people I still do delivery services. You get. I didn't want to make it look like ni Japeng ni goro chaya ni Japeng Z. So I turned it into a company inaitwa Go Between Services. Go Between Services ni moving, transport, delivery services and all this. Munajua niko na nduthi sawa. That pop up secure delivery na nduthi. You're moving. Okay. Give me the details blah blah blah. I'll pop up with a lorry. Ujiulize na leo umekam na lorry si nduthi ni ya vitu ndogo ndogo delivery services nini. At the end of the day wasanii, it's not about the small picture, ni however small you start, angalia trajectory venye unasema, angalia once to your rocket ishatoka ikaenda break all the 3 parts, moja ishaanguka imerudi, hiyo nyingine sijui ilienda ikaanguka dunia gani, na ile nyingine ikaenda. Huyo ndo ubakie huko, because the moment tutabaki hapa kwa moto hapa utashuka na hiyo heaviness.
True,
utashuka naye, utasink naye.
Kunafaa kuwa na hiyo growth curve.
Exactly.
Inafaa kwenda hivyo.
Sasa hivi venye ulikuwa unanitafuta, nilikuwa nakuambia nilikuwa wapi before to even start.
Ulikuwa mboka.
Job.
Ulikuwa mboka.
Exactly. I work an hotel. mimi nafanya kwa hoteli as a sales and marketing for it.
A jack of all trades. I think hiyo inafaa kuwa nickname yako.
Mimi na try tu kuambia wasanii and even when I was training them, when I was picked na USIU, nilikuwa najiita lecturer. Nilikuwa na lecture USIU. You get?
Yeah.
I haven't sat in a class to be taught what I was teaching.
Yeah, but you have the knowledge,
experience, and because what I've seen, I've experienced all this.
Yeah.
I was able to even explain myself before the dean, people who were behind the project now who accept waseme, and yeah, this is what I want these people to learn, because we don't want them to go with the books, we want them to go streetwise.
Yeah.
Because USIU was telling them, tunakam na curriculum.
Yeah.
They gave us a whole pamphlet, a whole 100-page book ya kufunza. But now, hii kitabu yote, huo msanii atashika.
Hata soma hata.
So ata need like
your
examples
guidance.
na literal examples zile zenye unapitianga kama msanii. Sasa zile njaa na kuuma mpaka unapigia madho naambia mam nitumie koso hapo bana. Leo kameumana. Tijuni. Hii kazi yenyu hii.
Hii ya usanii.
Kila saa hii mam. You get? And it's something all artists go through, man.
Of course. It's never easy. Hauwezi anza tu na
it's not.
Click, yeah. There must be a story.
Na the moment unaanza kumake money, invest. Mi sahi, I've made money ile ya kubuy gari, but sitawadanganya najenga nyumba 1 bedroom hata haijaisha.
Utatuita housewarming, si ndio?
Yeah.
Lazima utuita housewarming.
Nitawaita definitely.
Course, yeah.
Once imeisha nitawaita. Because me at the end of the day I'm like, hapana. Najua sahi hata nikitoka niende Nairobi ati naenda kuhustle Nairobi as an artist, I need a backup plan back home. Because when things don't go right, na wasanii wakilia Nairobi, njaa na wauma, wanaenda social media, wana nini. And then you ask them, ushaijaribu hata ukaenda home kuuza mahindi?
Nakata
nini ita happen?
Unajua, they imagine if you have to do this other side hustle, kuna wenye wana feel this is the dream, you understand? Music is the dream. Nataka kuwa artist, nataka kuwa top on Spotify, nataka nitengeneze pesa ingine crazy, niishi soft life, ni buy iPhone 16 na vitu kama hizo. You get? So they imagine ukienda sasa kuuza maize at home, ni kama sasa umefail. Not even just that.
Yeah,
society is so harsh
on
creatives.
Mimi napenda. Mnajua Dufla anauza mahindi?
Dufla?
Dufla Diligon. His millions come from the farm, home. Hizo do zote Dufla Diligon ana flaunt ina come from the farm. When last did you listen to a Dufla Diligon song? Lakini jina nimesema Dufla ukajua. Do zake zote, anaishi Nairobi, anaishi poa, drives a good car, stays well, out of kuuza nini? Mahindi. Na after every week jamaa kwa ushago, Monday Nairobi, Friday kwa shamba, Monday Nairobi. Na nyinyi vizuri sana ni kama hakuwa anafanya kitu. Lakini back at home akona nini? Kisumu hapa. I want to give you a very good example. There's a friend of mine and hata ananifunza farming. Gabiro. Too necessary. Gabiro is a farmer. Na Gabiro anajua hadi masoko za hii region zote. Anajua hadi nafaa kuenda Chiga on Tuesday. Anajua nafaa kuenda ukienda Oyugis. There's a Kachiro on your way to Oyugis that takes place every Wednesday, Thursday. Anajua hadi siku ya soko ya Katito.
Sondu.
Anajua. Juu huni mse akona mboga kwa farm, akona mahindi, akona tunaita chiae. Chiae ni mbuzi, ng'ombe, hizo
livestock.
Bro, si tukienda kwa kina Gabiro, juu most of the time studio yetu iko huko, so when you wanna go out ile yenye hamtaki kelele za tao, so suenda na Black Angel tunakaa huko. Bro, any meal that you'll be served
fresh from the farm
ilitoka kwa hiyo shamba.
What? Indo sasa
Hata
the good life.
mayai yenye utapikiwa hiyo mayai mtapikiwa. Atatoa kwa farm na atawapikia hiyo mayai.
Hiyo sasa ndio wealth.
Na hapa nje anapiga kelele. Piga kelele mnamdharau unasema huyu mtu na kijaluo mingi sijui nini, anaimba vitu hakuna. Wasanii, it's about that time.
Yeah.
Stop focusing on you being a celebrity and all that. Focus on who you can be as a person, because once the music title is out, the only person that remains is your name. Mimi sahi ukitoa Kamwana utoe nani, Kamwana amefilisika, watu watarudi kutafuta nani? Alex.
Yeah.
Alex akifilisika watu wanasema korgingane.
Kwa kina nani?
Kwa kina Alex filisika. Not just because ati hauku take time kujiprotect. Kitu ya kwanza, amka 3 asubuhi, omba. Kama wewe ni wa 420 sawa, inshallah. But 3 am amka, omba. Believe in the day. Ukishamaliza process yako yote, sasa zile una head out, ambia God ni nini unataka. Mwambie tu niaje, mimi nataka tu nikuwe msanii clean, mfiti, mwenye akiingia stage anabamba watu, na tafadhali pesa isinigeuze. No matter how much I ever make in life, please God help me be able to share the little amount I have with people. I'm telling you this because that is what I tell God every day. You get. Once ushaji clean hivyo kama msanii, leave the talk.
Leave the talk.
Don't just talk the talk, walk the walk. Huh?
Na kweli kama sijakusaidia hapo nje, nakam nitakusaidia.
Unafika huko.
Nitakam. Sina raka. Kama kuna wasanii nimehelp na knowledge na do na ideas na nini, God bless you even more, man. Tupeleke Kisumu to the next level.
Actually that hiyo hata ndo vision yetu when we started the podcast.
So that
because we realized hakuna space yenye wasee wanaweza kuja wakae chini apart from the media outlets, unaona. So we believe with this, at least creatives wanaweza kuja share their stories vile umekuja umekaa. For us the vision is Kisumu tuko na vitu mob. It's just a matter of time we put those things in a package, a good package, and then we present them out there. All those other hizo vitu zingine zitakuja. They'll come. With time zitakuja. So for those who would be interested to join CBK, wana kutafuta, do you still have the auditions?
Are they still opening?
So CBK sahi bado ni mentorship tu. Tu tumesema in one way or another. Even like 3 days ago, nimekuwa studio na another artist as a vocal coach. And I did it out of goodwill for free. Helped him record his song, directed him, lyrics wise, nini, delivery, kila kitu. Nilitoka studio ka producer ako like, yo, okay, nice. Artist ako surprised, hii single nili record because there was the first version of what he had recorded. So the fact that hiyo kitu ndogo hiyo nilifanya hiyo day, it was enough because that is CBK coming to you already. So if you have something and you need help in terms of songwriting, vocal coaching, directing, script writing ya video yako, so I even help people create content. Okay, naweza kupatia idea yenye wewe mwenyewe unaweza do better. Then ningeifanya nisinge bring out. So these and more. So sahi CBK is all about mentorship. Jubado mimi na wadanganya, sina pesa, natafuta pesa. So msikam na intention ya CBK inaenda kunihelp financially. I'll just help you, yes, financially, however I can. But sahi we are all about mentoring and empowering. Tukitafuta do. Once niko na pesa nigeuke Soul Entertainment, tutachukua sana.
Have you ever thought of a name kama hiyo sasa Soul Entertainment? Ama
Yeah,
you'll stick to CBK?
CBK Entertainment.
Ah,
It's already there in existence.
Yeah.
Yenye mimi na Alan we already the first protege wa hii sample. Ndio maana unaona Kamwana anakuwa pushed. Kamwana is a CBK Entertainment product. Blue Alan is a CBK Entertainment product.
Yeah.
The CBK music ikikuja sasa as a band na all that nini now all under CBK Entertainment.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And I appreciate what Poetikawa did for you guys.
Yeah, man.
Do you believe in Kisumu we still have those spaces?
We already have one, by the way. Sijui kama lakini hawakunilipa na wajalipa idili. Tufanyaje? Tufanyaje? Tuambie tu wasanii.
Tusiget keep.
So, just like I said, one of the people mwenye alinihelp ku get into the space, Godfrey Kedogo, God alimwonekania.
Yeah.
Because he's also one of the messiahs for us that we have. So there's a space called Baraza Media Lab. So it's in what's the small? Like Basin Mall.
Like Basin Mall,
yeah.
So guys should check it out. Baraza Media Lab. I don't know sahi kama hiyo offer imeisha. There was an offer ya artist kulipa 6,000 membership and it's your whole year
package.
Yeah. So within the whole year package, you can do whatever you want that is not space charged in terms of like kuja kurecord content yako, kuhang out, kufanya nini, you can come do it. But if you have a major activity, example, me come Sani, I'm now thinking of having a monthly gig in Kisumu. You asked na siku hizi hakuna hata mse anadu monthly shows nini. Mimi nataka ku come up na live experience every month. Wase wakam live band, fashion, food. Because that is who I am. Food, live band na ku look good. Mkam tu mji look good, mta get all the food you want around hapo na live music segment. So with such a space you can be able to easily secure na uifanye. So atuna space tulikuwa nayo kama Poetikawa ya wase kuja for free. Naelewa. Poetikawa ilikuwa free. Ulikuwa unakuja anytime dika na hari hata wewe kuja utaingia. But right now Baraza Media is doing it, but now it has to for you kuna hiyo level of inua product na brand sasa. Because times are changing na vitu pia zina change.
Na quality ya vitu
vitu pia zina change. And then there's Lolwe Bookshop. Where it is. You know, Alpha House. There's Lolwe Bookshop. They also host an NRP kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Where you perform in a library.
Yeah.
Lolwe Bookshop.
I think we should look them up.
We should check that out.
That is also a space and gonna come up very quick. Social Hall, you already know.
Mama Grace Onyango.
Yeah. So pole these spaces kuna watu wazijui but mzitry to. Lolwe Bookshop did an Easter with Osiepe. Osiepe is a traditional band from Ahero. They play Orutu Nyatiti and fuse it with live band like drums, guitars and
interesting.
Yeah. So you can also look them up and you can also have them though wale nao kikuja hapa itabidi mmeongeza
vitu si shida
wako wengi there are many but they're in the urban pop culture coming up too, so look them up. Osiepe Wired. Mimi nimwambia mimi natembea na wasanii kwa kichwa bana.
No, but you've done umefanya fiti by the way.
Yeah, true, yeah.
So many people can come and sit in the position that you're in and just want to talk
about themselves. Yeah.
I mean, and not give credit or flowers to those who are doing amazing things and about you here.
Wasanii wengi, Double B, SNB, Felifel. Sijui bana watu wanasikia nini. Mnasema hatuna content hii side.
Content iko. Content tuko nayo. Ni tu packaging ndo kidogo.
Hiyo tu
just have to
packaging. And that is why mimi nimefurahia mtu kama Gabs alifanya EP ilijaa. Maseno ilifanya art exhibition ilijaa. Same Baraza Media space. So tuifanye tu. Mimi pia ndio naleta Kamwana live every month. So help me God.
Yeah.
So yeah man.
hata ukianzisha tuite
Sawa.
tutafanya episode hapo sasa.
Sawa.
Wewe unatuimbia hapo nyuma na tuna host watu. I think it will be,
man. That is the only way.
interesting.
Let's just do it, man. Tuifanye tu.
The only way ni kuifanya.
Yeah,
Because I really hate hii culture yenye iko Kisumu. As in lazima mtu akiwa Kisumu ana struggle, akitoka aende huko nje, sasa ndo tunasema huyu alikuwa wetu, huyo ni
kama
wetu.
sisi CBK yenye time unasema ati CBK alikuwa CBK. Ni jumu kwa mnatuona kwa TV huko. Sasa yeye mtuoni kwa TV, mnadhani bado atuonekani, but
kusema ukweli
tunapiga tu era.
Mimi siwezi danganya.
Kwa ground, yani kwa ground tofauti.
Wimbo yenye nilisikia ya kwanza ikafanya nianze kwa look up ni hiyo Rambanya ingena. Yeah, that song was hiyo wimbo ilikuwa hapo hapo ulipiga vocals. Hapo ulipiga vocals.
Hata Okelo niuliza hiyo story hadi leo. Max hiyo song hata yeye to him hiyo niulizanga hadi leo tukipatana na hata bwana ile wimbo ya Rambanya.
Bro, hiyo kitu
anzisha, but mimi umwambia I don't even know.
Hiyo kitu
I don't even know, man. Me just did niliimba.
Ningekuwa dem. Focus.
But I'm so happy. Ideals. I'm so happy for this space. Keep it up, man. Muleteni wasanii wengi.
Tutaleta.
Thank you.
Mulete creative directors, mulete fashion. Mulete tu watu wote bana wajue. Watu wasidhani Kisumu imelala.
Bro, tunakomboka.
Tumekuwa tu chini ya maji kidogo kwa lake, but sai tuna surface
Kisubmarine tunainuka.
Kisubmarine
hapa sasa itabidi juu ni sisi tutaifanya, hakuna watu wengine.
Me I'm glad. Thank you for this gift. Ama ilikuwa ni jokes?
Wala ichukua. Hapa tu joke.
What you do every day matters more than what you do once in a while, man. Man.
There's no other way we could end this episode. We appreciate you for your time.
Thank you so much.
This space iko open. You can pop in anytime.
Yeah.
Do I believe we still have a lot we can discuss. Hii ndo tumeanza tu sasa. Tunapatia watu peseta
Before I just set out. Japeng majathum. Atio matek. Arito boma. Japeng majathum. Banjotera. Safar mabor. Japeng majathum. Atio matek. Arito boma. Banjotera. Yo. Japeng majathum. Japeng majathum. Iyo tu ndo niko nayo.
Any questions from the audience?
Our facts check.
So before you head out, I have like 2 or 3 questions for you.
Yeah.
So the first one says, what's a piece of advice yenye unge wish you were given while you are like venturing in the industry? Mwanzo huko ni advice gani sasa unaweza pea mtu yenye you wish you were given?
Usi earn 100,000 kwa gig na uichukue yote upeleke ati nataka kuweka ngoma yangu next ikue bigger.
Locked in.
Sawa. Usifanye hiyo mistake.
Okay. So the second one, or the second last, when you venture in the music industry, what's up? Ni nini likupiga tu na surprise yenye you believe this huku expect unaweza pata kwa the industry or stuff, ilikupiga tu na surprise.
Ilikupiga na mbii.
Meet Big Ted.
Oh wow.
Bro. That's one man I would love to host.
Being under Big Ted kama protege wake, like kufuata steps zake, because at a particular point ali come in kwa career yangu like ile design siku expect at all that mtu kama Big Ted would be part of my journey. So for me Big Ted has been an highlight. Adi wa leo, because he's one of the people who paid me my first ever big cash.
Oh wow.
As an artist.
Shout out to him.
Big ups.
Big Ted ule ni msana kuambia, hello Alex, how are you? I'm fine. where are you? In Kisumu. Okay, you have a show tomorrow at 2, so be in Nairobi. Na saizi uko Kisumu na ni saa 4 usiku. Na anataka band the next day.
Wow.
Lakini mkiingia on time na mpige show safi, hata kuambia ati nitakulipa ngapi. Fair tu ndo ukimwomba fair tu. Sawa utapata. Kujeni. The moment you give Big Ted a good quality, hata kama alikuwa kulipe Big Ted anaweza hata kulipa ruabe.
Atadabu. Wani msemo
si
mmoja.
Wadanganyi, Big Ted has paid me and it's not once. Yeye amefanya nimeperform KICC for the first time.
Yeah.
During the SGR launch. Kasarani under 16, the World Cup, World Athletics, World Athletics, I think. At Kasarani, Big Ted. I did big gigs because of him. So for me, yeye ndio highlight of my whole career, man. And niekadi nikaperform mbele ya UN, mbele ya UN dignitaries, man.
Wallahi.
Me, Big Ted. Any day, anytime.
I really appreciate him. Actually, after alitoka US, akarudi tena Kenya. I think it's bado anatafuta grounding yake. But amesaidia watu wengi kwa industry. Amesaidia watu wengi kwa industry. So ni msemo mmoja tunamappreciate pia yeye.
So waso ingie YouTube have a listen to JMJ.
Okay.
Japeng Majato.
Lazima.
Iko na Gabiro ndani kwa EP, iko na Black Angel ndani. So Black Angel ni dancehall artist pia, so waso msikie.
Actually tutamtafuta. Ukitoka hapo utatusaidia contact.
One of the craziest dancehall artists in Kisumu. Huyo hata wakiimba hivi utadhani ni wa huko na sio huko.
Anaongea patwa vizuri.
Ni wa huko
safi.
Na ni wa huko.
Ni wetu.
Bro, so have those guys over, man.
Bro, hii conversation imekuwa interesting. Hata hatujaguza hata. Yaani position hata hazijachange.
I told him we can go a whole day, man.
And that's we really appreciate. Tuna appreciate. Hata maji atuje vile tulikuwa tu hivyo tu. Mimi hata leo
sijakunywa maji.
So let me ask you one last question.
Okay.
Before we close. Like from where you began and to where you are right now, it's been like a lot of years.
Yeah.
Umefika tu point fulani and ukasema, I regret like getting into music. Hata nikifanya tu kitu.
Maramob. Hey, Maramob, bro. Hey, Maramob. Paka nikaenda home Ushago for a year. There's a time nilienda home for a year and a half. Like, I didn't want to do music anymore. I went into farming too. Like literally kabisa, nilienda tu home nikasahau hata tunakuanga msanii. Mara mob na njaa imeniuma mara mingi na bado niuma. Because at the end of the day penye umefika si bado hujafika penye unataka. So njaa lazima tu bado itakuuma. So bro, wasanii wajue tu kitu moja. Just find a way to survive away from the music. Trust me, you'll be okay. Hata ukifanya music utaifanya now with even more comfort, you'll even give more quality and all that. Alafu ni poa kujijua kama msanii. Kama wewe ni mtu unataka kudepend on other brands ndio upenye, depend on brands. Kama wewe ni mse unajiaminia ukistand alone things will work out. Do it, bro, cause trust me, it is only time that is gonna make a difference between what you've been doing and what you've not been doing.
Big up to you for not giving up.
Sindia.
Yep, and we're definitely excited for the music that's still going to come up and the live shows that are still going to come up. Thank you so much for making it to the pod.
Thank you.
And of course, for our audience, please continue to share, like, interact with all our content across social media. That is the Ideal Corner podcast across all social medias.
Yeah.
So, awesome, man. Bless.
We're done, man. Bless up.